Hello everyone. How's your day? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. I know I'm probably a week late for this, but it was Thanksgiving when I make this. So I just want to say Thanksgiving to everyone who watched this video. Anyhow, welcome to our /Am I the A-hole Thanksgiving edition, where we got 4 stories about people wondering whether they are being a jerk or not on Thanksgiving Day. Please enjoy.
Am I the a-hole for not going to Thanksgiving dinner at my sister's house when she did not invite me? I am 48, have been with my fiancé 10 years. I have 4 kids, all over the age of 16. All but one are out of the house and either have their own places or are in college. Every year, every event rather, inevitably someone randomly will ask me the day before or the day of something like, "Are you coming to so-and-so's house for Thanksgiving this time?" I always have the same response of, "I wasn't invited." Everyone knows my mother has bad memory and the excuse always seems to me to be, "We told Mom to invite you." And my response is always, "Well, clearly SHE didn't." Yet they continue to do the same for every Thanksgiving and Christmas, birthday or other. My mother said happy birthday to me on my FB feed. No one else even said anything that day except my fiancé and my kids. No one in my family. We all live 10 minutes from each other. It's to the point I am branded the black sheep, basically. Everyone thinks I am antisocial and don't want to be anywhere with them, yet I never get made to actually feel like I am supposed to be there. AITA for thinking I deserve to be asked to come to things? Am I supposed to just know I am invited? Even if that has never been the way things are done in our family? 2 of my sisters are wedding and event planners, so I feel like not inviting me and then saying "we told Mom" is a passive-aggressive way of not inviting me or excusing themselves of any guilt. I'm to the point I just don't even want to be invited anywhere. I am tired of being made to feel like I am the one avoiding people when it's them that seem to be avoiding me. I am just upset. Long day. ITA for not going to something I wasn't invited to? Like if I was doing a Christmas party, I would invite people. I wouldn't just plan it and expect people to know they are invited, right? I don't want to keep doing this if I am wrong and it's me. Am I the a-hole? I did not go and now everyone is mad at me and acts like it's just normal for me. Am I the a-hole?
You are not the a-hole for feeling hurt and choosing not to attend events you weren't explicitly invited to. Based on what you've shared, it seems reasonable to expect a clear invitation, especially since invitations have never been implied in your family dynamic. Communication is key in any relationship, and you have every right to feel upset when that communication is repeatedly neglected.
Am I the a-hole for not splitting the surprise Thanksgiving bill? This year my father-in-law suggested we host Thanksgiving. We live in a different state and never spend Thanksgiving with them, but we now live in between him and my Bill's family, so it made sense, and since we now have a little more space we agreed. It was 12 people in total, including my other adult brother-in-law and sister. For the Thanksgiving menu, my in-laws wanted to make 8 casseroles. We wanted to make green beans, mashed potatoes, and of course a turkey. We gently suggested that would be a lot to do in our kitchen, but they were adamant, saying everyone would be disappointed and they were part of their family traditions. We bought the turkey, lots of drinks, green beans, mashed potato stuff, pies, odds and ends, etc. They bought a lot of casserole ingredients but kept complaining they'd go bad, which is unfortunate. We did use some of their butter, but they used a lot of our seasonings, etc. I didn't really pay attention to what they used because why would I? Father-in-law kept going to the store and getting random shit, and a lot of it never got used / wasn't needed / was wrong stuff, including a whole pineapple peeler thing and stuff for caramel apples. Kind of weird, but that's not my business. Except, tonight, as one of my bills was getting ready to leave, he pulls him and my husband aside and says that due to high costs of hosting, etc., they could all 3 split the bill and he'd be sending out the receipts for reimbursement on Venmo. My husband's mouth dropped in surprise. His bill kind of awkwardly said that since he wasn't able to contribute a dish, long travel, and got in late at night, he'd be happy to send some. He seemed to think it was to help his kid brother, my husband, out, and didn't realize it was for his father who didn't host. After brother-in-law left, I was in the kitchen cleaning, and typically I do let my husband handle his own family stuff. When Phil started packing up ingredients and explaining to my husband he would exclude a drink from the bill, I then broke my cardinal rule and said, "This is very different than in my family. In my family, contributions are always viewed as the dishes you contribute and everything is established ahead of time. He said we just thought everyone could contribute, and I pointed out that everyone would include all the people and not just my husband, him, and one bill splitting it, all the married men. It then got really awkward, and he kept going on about how much money groceries were. Am I the a-hole for not splitting the Thanksgiving bill?
You are not the a-hole for not wanting to split the Thanksgiving bill, especially given the circumstances. The situation sounds poorly planned and communicated, and your father-in-law's approach to handling expenses seems unfair and inconsiderate.
Am I the a-hole for being disappointed to eat sandwich meat for Thanksgiving? Am I the a-hole for being disappointed that I bought all of this stuff to make sides and casseroles for Thanksgiving with just my boyfriend and I? I sent him to the store yesterday to get a ham or a turkey or some form of meat to smoke, which is basically his only job, BC. He likes to smoke things, and I handle almost all the rest. So all he ended up getting for our main portion of Thanksgiving, the meat is the main, was sandwich meat. Sandwich meat, ham, and turkey from Publix. Not to mention, he never told me that's what he got instead of a ham or whatever. So now this morning he tells me that's what our meat is now that everything is closed today, so that's what we're having. And don't get me wrong, I'm thankful to have food on the table, period, and grateful to be able to afford it, but it's Thanksgiving tradition for us. He asked if I was mad, and I said no, I'm just disappointed. Then he starts a whole argument over it and starts screaming at me when he is the one that got sandwich meat for Thanksgiving. I'm almost in tears because he kept yelling at me that I made him feel like he ruined the whole Thanksgiving day, and that's not what I said to him at all, and I feel like he projected that anger onto me because he feels like he ruined the whole day. I still have casseroles and sides to eat, so it's not the end of the world for me, but who's in the wrong here?
You are not the a-hole for feeling disappointed in this situation. Your frustration stems from reasonable expectations. You asked your boyfriend to handle one task for Thanksgiving, and he didn't fulfill it in a way that matched the tradition or your plans. While your disappointment is valid, it also seems like his reaction escalated the situation unnecessarily.
Am I the a-hole for hosting a no-turkey Thanksgiving dinner? I, 29F, volunteered to host Thanksgiving this year for my family. I've been trying to cook more sustainably, and one of the big changes I've made is reducing my consumption of large-scale meat products. I love Thanksgiving, but the idea of preparing a big turkey didn't feel right for me. So, I came up with an alternative menu. Roasted veggie Wellington, an assortment of sides like sweet potato casserole, green bean almondine, cranberry sauce, stuffing with veggie broth, and a pumpkin cheesecake for dessert. I put a lot of thought into making it festive and delicious, and when I sent the menu out in our family group chat a few weeks ago, I didn't get much of a reaction. Fast forward to Thanksgiving Day. Everyone arrived, and while most of the family seemed excited to try the food, my uncle, 62M, and his wife, 59F, were visibly upset. Uncle John kept making snide comments like, Thanksgiving without turkey is like Christmas without presents. His wife wouldn't touch any of the food and made a point of eating the granola bar she brought, just in case. I stayed polite, explained my reasons for skipping the turkey, and even joked that this meal meant they had extra room for dessert. But the tension didn't go away. Later, I overheard Uncle John ranting to my mom, saying I ruins Thanksgiving by pushing my agenda. Mom doesn't care about the menu and told him to relax, but now I feel conflicted. Was it selfish to skip the turkey? Should I have compromised?
You are not the a-hole for hosting Thanksgiving in a way that aligns with your values, especially since you put so much thought and effort into creating a festive, delicious meal. However, Thanksgiving traditions often come with emotional attachments, and it's not surprising that some family members reacted poorly to the change. Well, that is it for today's video. Once again, I want to say Thanksgiving to everyone who watch my videos. And, hey there! If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. It really helps out the channel. And if you want more content like this, make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay fine.